Welcome back to another Spirit Island video. In this video, we'll be doing some Rampant Green into Sweden 6. We got board C, and this is a pretty good matchup for green. Pretty much the trick to beating Sweden is you need to have a skip. And board C is actually the worst Sweden board in the game. And that is because no matter what the explorer is, you're going to be facing down a city land. And if I ever do decide to make a Sweden adversary guide, I'll kind of go into more details with that. Okay, let's go. Starting Explorer, Jungle, and the royal backing is Wetlands. Okay. That's probably pretty good for us. We could choose to defend this on C4 and or defend C1 and then skip on C4 with our abilities. I do have a Rampant Green guide. If this is a spirit that you're struggling with, give that a look. I'm going to do standard opening stuff. We're going to do G4 first, getting a minor. And we're really looking for a defend. And we got a perfect card. These are actually really interesting. We did get Voracious Growths. That's a plant, water, blight removal, damage. We also got more damage and pushing. But Rampant Green loves zero-cost cards, so we're going to grab Drift Down. It's also the perfect card to play for next turn on C1. We're going to place this Presence. We're going to put it over here on C5. And then the card we're going to be playing this turn will be Fields Choked with Growth. Next turn we'll be playing 3 cards, and we'll be playing Drift Down, Gift, and Overgrow in the Night. Build Jungle, Explore is Sands. Dang, I was hoping it would be Mountain. Okay. And I played Fields Choked with Growth this turn because I want to set up Dahan such that I can fully clear C1. One of the strategies in Sweden is you want to kind of clump your Dahan up to kind of minimize the chance that you'll get escalated. Ideally, I wanted to push my Dahan from my C5 into both C1 and C6, but now that Sands is explored, I could still do that play. I think I might. Man, Drift Down is looking very good this game. Yeah, actually, it looks like Sands is probably the better explorer for us now that I think about it. I think we still do that play. The only time it's like next turn, if this is Sands, we're going to be in trouble. If it is not, I think we win the game. And that's kind of what happens when you're playing a spirit with a skip. So we use Fields Choked with Growth. We're going to push our Dahan out of C5, and we are ready to go. I'm going to choose the G3. I guess it's G2 here, placing 2 presents. The first presence I'm going to choose to put in my jungle. The second presence I'm going to choose to put in my sand. Basically, we're skipping C4, and we want to skip C2. And we're playing solo, so I could use Gift of Proliferation on myself to further get ahead on my board. I'm going to choose to not to do that. I'm going to play it as if I'm playing a multiplayer game. So this is where we give out Gift of Proliferation. We use Overgrow to allow ourselves to proliferate. We're going to go Presence from bottom track. Basically, the whole point of this is we want to reach that 3 plays by next turn. So we play Overgrow, we use Gift of Proliferation, and then we have Drift Down for that nice Defend 4 over here. And trying to think, if we didn't get Drift Down, this is where our turn 1 probably looks a little bit different. A lot of times you might have to play both water plant cards and then grow from top track so that you can defend for that 1 land. This is one of the weaknesses with this right innate having Defend 2. And it's not always that it comes online, but I mean, we drew a defend card, so this kind of makes it a little bit easier for us. Thriving Trade, adding a city to the land on the coast with cities. We then add a disease. And then we have Clever Cooperation. Unfortunately, I don't get to utilize that. And if only, yep, I do not get to utilize that because I have no Dahan in lands with, or no presence in lands with Dahan. So Jungle Ravage, we're going to skip that on C4 with our special rule. We're going to let this Ravage. We're going to do Sands build. And like I said, we're hoping no Sands, because if we could dodge Sands this 1 turn, we're going to be just so far ahead. And Jungle. And that probably is it. I think we probably win the game at this point with that flip. There is escalations, but no escalation occurs. We now have the left innate here that we could use twice. We're going to use that, and we're going to kill the town over here on C8. And we're going to G1 reclaim, getting a miner. We're going to place this presence. We'll put it over here in the jungle because that jungle is coming up next turn. And we have Call to Trade, an amazing card. Even if it's like if the sands did come up and we'd be put in a bad spot, this Call to Trade draft pretty much nullifies all of that. We're going to go back. We're going to play. So I could play Drift Down this turn, or I can play it next turn. I think we do these 3 cards. We play both of the water cards. We still grab Call to Trade. I mean, it's just a really powerful draft. Yeah. Still grab Call to Trade. Then again, there is an argument to grabbing Here There Be Monster. I think it's Monsters is probably fine. So usually Call to Trade is definitely the pick. But because these first 3 sets of Explorers have been just phenomenal for us, and our positioning is really on point, I don't think we need Call to Trade. Call to Trade is an emergency card. If you're falling behind, this is an amazing pickup, but I think we can be a little bit greedy and try to get Fear. So we're going to play these 3 cards: Overgrow, Stem, Fields. We're going to use Overgrow, Presence from top track. We're going to put that Presence over here in the sands. Oh, actually, it has to be in the wetlands. And then we're going to use that right innate, defend 4. And it has to be wetlands because I need the defend 4. And then next turn, we can have Drift Down for our jungle here. This turn, we'll have Stem plus the left innate. We'll be able to kill some buildings. And then next turn, we'll have 1 2 moon, and we'll have 3 plants. So we'll be able to use our left innate twice. So we have Fields choked. We're just flying here. We're really good. Missionaries. So Beast Destroy. This does suck quite a lot. We have to. Ooh, yeah, this is not good because we cannot pay for it unless I forget Fields choked. It's probably okay if I forget Fields choked. It's so sad because this puts us so far ahead here. Missionaries. I just don't have the sun. So worst case, we pick top. Can't pay for it. We lose a Dahan. I think we would choose the Dahan here on the mountain. That makes this mountain vulnerable if it comes up. Yeah, no, I don't think we can. I think we're forced to forget Fields choked. Yep, is what it is. To pay for this card. And the reason why I have to forget Fields choked is if we choose top and I don't flip a card with Sun, I'm just very far behind. And Fields choked just gets me further ahead. So forgetting it is okay. We got our Fear card. Do not explore unless it's 2 Dahan. Sans Ravage. Skipping that Ravage on C2. Jungle build. I probably could have put the disease here in the jungle, but that's okay. Explore is coast, and and I don't explore here or here. So, getting heavily rewarded for our play here. So if I chose to not pay for it, it's likely I would have lost a Dahan here on C3, and then this would have had a explore town, and then I'd be building a city, and I'd just be in trouble. But it did not. So pretty good. So Coast is coming up. That's okay. We have Stem, plus we have our left innate. We're going to use that to kill this town here on C5. Okay, 10 pass. We're going to G3 here. Getting more energy. 1, 2, 3. Getting a miner. Presence from bottom row. Ooh, Quicken's really good. Quicken plus Stem. We can use that to kind of wipe out our C2 here. We're going to put this presence over here in the jungle on C1. We're going to play these 3 cards. And I think we just grabbed Quicken. We could grab Pact of the Joint Hunt as a way to set up more Dahan. I could grab Twilight Fog. I think it's just Quicken here. We do Quicken and we can actually wipe out this land here. Because Quicken, 1 damage to each building. Drift down, defend 4. This is where if we used Gift of Proliferation, I'd be really happy because I'd be able to like prolif into here, push this town out, and then we have a pocket, but it's okay. We give out Gift of Proliferation. We have Here There Be Monsters. We are just in a really good spot here. Um, of these last cards, Call to Ferocity, Twilight Fog, Pact of the Joint Hunt. Really, you could probably pick any of these and be pretty fine. Call to Ferocity could be very good. We can gather Dahan into the sands, and then we can plan to kill it in the Ravage with a Defend 10, like Call to Trade, but it's okay. I'm opting to do this instead. Beast's Attack, no Bravery, push it to Han. Okay, so Beast's Attack, we do 1 damage. Um, I guess we kill the town here. Jungle Ravage, skipping that. Ravaging on C1. Coast Build, Explores, Sands. Wow, this is exactly what I was saying earlier. Just like having like if you're a spirit without a skip, like think about how this game is played out. Our coastal land, our coastal city land has come up 3 times in the first 4 turns, and we were forced to add a city there with thriving trade. Like if this land gets out of hand, you're just doomed. But we are not. So here there be monsters. We have 3 fear, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna push this explorer out into here. Actually, we'll push the town out, and then we're gonna use the left innate twice, killing the city. There we go. Time passes. G1 reclaim. This presence we'll put over here in the jungle, and we're actually going to enter a reclaim loop here because we need to be able to continuously skip RC2. Let's get that miner. We have Drought, Scour the Land, Like Calls Like, and Territorial Strife. We have Drift Down for next turn. This turn we need to play Overgrow. I think we do Overgrow, Quicken, Stem. And maybe maybe we do Like Calls Like. Here there be monsters. I could just do this for more fear. Let's grab Like Calls Like. I just need to be able to get rid of this town here. Because, I mean, it's over. No, this should be fine. Because we have Overgrow adding a presence. We then have Quicken, 1 damage. And then we'll have Stem plus the left innate there twice. So we're pretty good. Then the following turn, we have Drift Down to defend for our C6. And we have Here There Be Monsters for more fear. And pretty much we just got to get rid of this last town on C7 somehow. Gradual Corruption, we need to pay 4 energy or take a Blight. I guess we'll just take our Blight. The Blight will go over here to C7. Fatalities, 1 damage to all. Wow, that's nuts. So it kills all of this, kills the town, does 1 damage to both cities, and that's because of the disease. If it kills any buildings, oh no. You have to remove the disease. I think that's the first time that's ever happened to me. I get to add it to Han. Sure. It's funny actually. This card, Gradual Corruption, could have caused us a big problem this turn. If it added a Blight here to C2, it would have got rid of my Sacred Site, and then it would be Ravaging. But luckily, we have that extra building here on C7. Events, Scapegoats, and that does nothing. Sands Ravage or Coast Ravage. Skip that. Sands build. Explore is Wetlands. And we have Stem, 1 damage to all buildings, killing all of that. Then we have 2 tiers of our left innate, killing that. We have Here There Be Monsters, 2 fear. We're going to push this Explorer out over here to the mountain. Time passes. And we're going to G3 again. 1, 2, 3. We're going to get a major this time. We're going to put this presence over here in the wetland. And awesome, I was just looking for a fast way to kill the city, or the city, not the city, the town. And we did with Talons of Lightning. So let's grab Talons. Really, I mean, these are all great cards. I'd probably grab Transformative. It's a very strong card on green, but we're just trying to win the game here. We'll play all of these cards. Why not? Oh, and we will not play Gift of Proliferation. Talons of Lightning, 1, 2, 3, killing the town. We have the Defend 4. plus the right innate defense 6. And there's a few cards that prevent us from winning this turn. And that is not one of them. Can we win right now? I don't think so. This is Ethereal Conjunction, destroy a presence, lose an energy. Sure. Irregular outbreaks, tend to the living earth. Spreading timidity. I'm just gonna keep passing through, skip, 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 and remove that. Cool. Sans Ravage. That's it. That's GG. So pretty solid game with green. Like I said at the beginning of the game, green is just very strong into Sweden. Just having skips. Skips are key. If you're struggling with this adversary, spirits like where is it? Many Minds, Finder, any spirit that has like high mobility, lots of skips. Starlight is very good. Fractured is very good into this. Volcano just being very proactive, damage based. But yeah, being proactive is how you beat Sweden. Once you get ahead, if you can dodge that single turn, so like with us, as I mentioned, that one turn was the first stage 2. So if we dodged that first stage 2, if this was Sands, we would have had a very tough game. I shouldn't say tough because we passed up call to trade, but it would have been a little bit more challenging than what we got here. But it was fortunately jungle, and we were able to fully stabilize off that. And then this first coast is kind of brutal, but because we had one of our coastal lands clearing, it was just quite nice. We basically would have easily cleared this, and then we ended up getting that one fear card that stopped explorers in the mountain. And that without this fear card, this mountain could have become a problem. But then I had drafted Quicken, so we had plenty of ways to kind of stabilize. So if you like this video, like, subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys in the next video.